Hi everybody, my name is Christopher Zarco and I'm an aspiring AI engineer. I'm on my own self-learning journey, and in this video I want to show you this most recent project I built called a WhatsApp Spanish tutor. Now, before that we get into this presentation, I want to show you a quick little demo of my project.
Hey guys, welcome to this live demo. Okay, so I'm here on the WhatsApp screen showing my AI chatbot's number. We're about to text it and show you what's up with my project. So let's go ahead and say hello. Okay, it read it. Oh, and as you can see, first here it gives me a verification to verify if I'm 18 years or older. So I'm gonna go ahead and reply with the prompt, yes. Okay, it says, great, thanks, let's start practicing your Spanish. And it gives me a little translation after that. So where should we start? Let's say, what should I practice? Oops. What should I practice? Oh, and in this message, you can see in the first line, it's que debería practicar. It's just a simple translation to what I said in English. So in the project, well, in this program, what it does is if you speak to it in English, it'll first give you a translation of what you said in English to Spanish in the AI chatbot's response. So that's what that first line is. The second line is, deberías practicar la conjugación. Y'all know I don't speak Spanish. La conjugación de verbos y el vocabulario. También es útil de hablar con alguien para mejorar tu fluidez. ¿Qué temas te interesan más? Okay, so it's asking what else am I interested, or it's saying something like, what else interests me most? What else interests me most? Let's think. I'm gonna write something in Spanish with bad grammar to see if my AI chatbot will correct me, which it will. Let's see what my AI will say. So yes, as you can see, it gives me first a translation of what I said in English, and it corrects my previous message by telling me, muy bien, pero recordar usar el lugar de cuando hablas de intereses. So it's saying, very good, but remember to use en instead of de whenever you're talking about what you're interested in. And then it continues the conversation in Spanish. So yes, as you can see, this is a very cool little side project that I built to learn and understand production grade AI. Yes, I really hope you enjoyed this demo, and I'll see you back inside the presentation.
Okay, and that's it for this demo. I hope you enjoyed. Now let's get back to the presentation. Okay. So the project's purpose. The purpose of this project was so I would be able to build a production grade system. Specifically, build this system so that I'm able to learn and understand what it really takes to build a production grade system that is capable of hosting real users. And another reason why I built this project is because yo quiero practicar mi español porque no puedo hablar en español. I didn't grow up speaking Spanish. I didn't grow up in a Spanish-speaking household. My parents, they speak Spanish, but ellos no quieren me enseñaron. Entonces, I built this project. And it's to really help myself practice and other no sabo kids también, porque yo quiero ayudar. Yeah. Okay, production architecture. I mainly built this project using the Opus 4.8 model provided by the Cursor IDE. In this slide, you can see a high-level system architecture diagram of my system depicting its core infrastructure highlighted in blue, as well as its external services, such as WhatsApp and OpenAI. This is a very elementary system with very few components talking to each other. But here's what they have to say. When a user sends a message, the Meta API sends a HTTP post request to the rendered web services, which holds my program logic. Once it's in my program logic, it goes through a security check verifying if the HTTP post request is sent from the right location, aka the Meta API. And then from there, it goes to the PostgreSQL database where it upserts users or determines if the user is already omitted to the program, or it'll ignore repeated HTTP post requests and also check a global spend cap check on my application logic. It does all of this before finally generating a response with the OpenAI service, logging its costs, sending an HTTP post request back to the Meta API before finally relaying a message back to the user. That's basically much what my components are saying to each other. This is how my system's architecture works and how you are able to communicate with my AI chatbot. Yes. Here in this slide, we can see the PostgreSQL database schema as well as the per message lifecycle I mentioned in the previous slide. Building the database schema was a really fun part of this project. I was able to hook up my PostgreSQL database container to an external app called Table Plus, where I was able to visualize the data going into my database during production and during development. This is the first production grade project I have ever built. So yes, I've learned a lot throughout this project. You can find the link to all that I've learned within the description. I learned a lot, such as using software development workflow, where I use AI to write the code for this project. I also learned about system design and making architectural decisions. For example, I used a PostgreSQL database to read and write data using ORM, as well as creating my own CRUD repository to act as an API for webhook flow to persist data. Production and deployment were the last main components of this project, and they're also where I learned about using a WSGI server for my Flask app to receive production level traffic, as well as using a Limit to migrate data for whenever I need to update my database, or creating a render blueprint to deploy my actual project, and so much more. Cost and safety is another thing that I learned about. I had a $4.50 spend cap on my application logic, and so I created ways to prevent my system from overspending, such as giving each user a limit on how much they can talk to the system daily, as well as adding a check with each post request to make sure this post request will not overspend on my spend limit. And from this point of where I'm at in this project, I have so much that I can do, such as optimizing my system. I can add context engineering so that the AI chatbot has more context on user conversations to make the conversations more enhancing to keep users engaged, as well as adding more features like a call feature or a voice message feature where the user can practice speaking more. I know I need to do that, so I'm probably going to add that as well. And as well as what I'm going to do from here is obviously create more projects, better projects. I have something lined up for this July where I might, this is still a might, I might build a customer AI chatbot for my cousin's business website. So we'll see how that goes in July. But for right now, thank you so much for watching. This has been my presentation on this WhatsApp Spanish tutor. I hope you enjoyed so much. Please be sure to share this with please be sure to share this with other AI engineers or anyone within the AI space, as I'm trying to connect with other people within the space. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. You have a nice day.